All right, we are live. Good day, everyone.
Hello.
Hey, everyone, hi.
Hi. I'm
Hi,
gonna
hi.
also keep an eye on the chat, so I will pull that up as well. We are
I should
episode
put my volume down.
10 Hydro Hustlers. Oh, that was Jack. Trying to pull up the YouTube and pulled up their last episode.
One day we'll get it.
Yeah. So we are here live tonight, Wednesday, September 1st. Welcome to fall. It's still very humid and hot out here on the East Coast in New Brunswick, Canada. I am Genevieve, Miss Nudie Grows. Recently relocated over on the East Coast, originally from the prairies. Alberta is where I came from. I am a professional cultivator here in Canada in the cannabis industry and also a medical cultivator for myself and one other patient. And these are my guys. Light. Casey, why don't you introduce yourself?
I'm Honey Bear Casey. You can find me on Instagram at honeybear_Casey. I'm a Michigan caregiver here in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. Loving life every day. That's about all I got for an intro. Alki.
Yeah, all right. I am Alki, alki.miston on Instagram. And I also have a YouTube that I'm going to utilize more this fall. But yeah, I'm home grower, growing mostly in cocoa. And yeah, that's about it.
Awesome. We before we came live, we were discussing our favorite rolling papers because we were all rolling joints and getting a little pre-bake on for our grow show. So maybe the chat wants to pipe up. I think we had come to a unanimous conclusion that Elements is our favorite, leading the way. What do you guys use?
Yeah, definitely Elements. If I have to, I'll use raw. After that, I don't even really try and use anything. I tried using these ones earlier, and all they would do is tear. So smoking a pipe tonight.
Yeah, I know I personally have smoked like at least 4 or 6 boxes of Elements with 50 booklets in them.
Just 50 boxes this week.
Well, I would save like 2/3 of the money if I bought a box. So why not?
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do now. That's genius. I've seen other people
box for $40 now, or you buy packs for $3-4 a pack.
Yeah, no, so, and in small towns, like $5 a pack. Sometimes when I have to get a pack of zigzag, I'll still fall back to the classic slow burn zigzag. I like that as well. The glue, it's outstanding.
The glue is, I don't know. I've never liked how they burned either. I'd use Jobs over I'd use zigzags.
No, but there's a lot of people that prefer like the old style papers, right?
Yeah.
Hey, I love Randy's. I still have packs of them downstairs.
I
like the lighter in them.
These with the little metal things on them, so you could need to
pass
filter.
The joint to your friends, you betcha.
I have
or
two.
Friends, yeah.
The glue probably doesn't work. Mine are a couple years old, I think.
Yeah, that was the worst problem with them, is the glue on those was terrible too.
Good old Randy. If you're listening, Randy, you could really improve the glue.
Us old stoners will go back to using it. Just improve the glue.
Yeah, well, totally. I would buy packs of Randy's all day. Randy's for you,
sure.
me. We have people agreeing. Elements. Yeah.
Elements are the way to go. So how are your babies doing there? New
Alfie's
baby. No, your new babies that you popped.
all my babies at work. Oh, they're doing so great. I just gender tested or sent all their leaf clippings off to get gender tested. So I should hear back in the next couple weeks about that. And also I did a small transplant because they were still in their little seedling starter cups and they were running out of food. And so I put them in their real living soil. And it's just fucking magical to watch them go from basically yellow or lime green to dark green, like in the path of how I did them. I started them on Friday and then, there's 265 of them. So it took a couple days. And yeah, you can see exactly like these dark ones are from Friday, and then slowly it's like a darker, lighter green. So it's really cool. So yeah.
Are you guys going to do any keeping of the males, or are you going to call all the males?
We're calling all the males. We don't have the capabilities for breeding. One, we do not have a scientist for that, like a geneticist. And two, we don't have a separate space. And I would never again work in a facility where they have breeding in the same building, never mind hallway of of production, right? Like it's just too compromised. So
where someone could walk in the same place in the same day. Oh geez.
like yeah, like no, never. So that's something that we for sure would get into. I think like they're all about science, and we have 5 scientists currently on staff. So it's just yeah, we're just building and building and building. So right now we're working on our aquaponics component, just doing a lot of real scientific experiments and testing. I just started a new room for flower. We have 180 new plants that just started flower this week. And that's our test group. So we have 45 plants getting like a specific fish poop diet. And then we have another 45 getting like a different fish poop diet. And we're just trying to see what affects yield and like the COAs or the chemistry.
And the flavors and all that will be big on
Yeah,
that too. With
just to see what the difference is. And then of course the ones that are just being treated with the normal water. So it's pretty cool stuff because I'm learning more than I've ever learned just because it's real science.
Yeah, it is.
Like we're doing
studying the plant and its reactions, which you really don't find in a commercial facility.
never.
You may find a table or one room, but not batches like this.
No, and we wanna like grow in the way too, where we'll have our own lab like on site and be able to do all of these things on site, which will obviously cut costs, but then you can contract your services out to other nearby places that don't have, because we're sending our stuff away, and there's not that much to pick from. So, it's just a nice natural way to grow. And then I get to like probably help out and like be around the science and the scientists and the biology and the botany.
You kind of get to direct them a little bit and work in conjunction with them.
Yeah, like a scientist's assistant, and like teach them about cultivation, and they'll teach me about biology.
I wouldn't so much say assistants as, a co-worker. Yeah. I mean, just as much about them about plant science as they do about biology. So
yeah, I suppose we're a nice little team. It's pretty cool though to be able to. I mean, it's longer because you have to actually do things properly, right? One at a time. But it's good. I like it.
So I have a question from one of your Instagram posts also.
Mm-hmm.
You were checking out the trichomes.
Yes.
And you were looking through the loop, and someone else was looking at it on a tablet, it looked like.
Yeah.
Were you screenshotting those pictures, or were you just looking and making the quick decision? Or What were you doing in that process?
We were that was something that we would do every single morning, like as the last couple weeks kind of lead up to when we're going to harvest.
Okay.
And so basically we take a section and we go through by plant, microscoping, videoing. You can video on there. That's better than screenshotting. So you can video that and then send it to the team, or you can just have it for whatever you might need to look back later. But yeah, that's just basically how we check the trichomes. It's just the
Are those microscopes the ones that are labeled as Wi-Fi microscope?
Yeah.
Somewhere on Amazon or eBay, I saw those.
Yeah, they're $40. They're pretty cheap. And well, Canadian dollars too. But yeah, the brand is Moko, MOKO.
Yeah, there's probably multiple of those because I saw many on AliExpress and Amazon, eBay, but I just figured it must be that one because there used to be the USB powered one.
Yeah. Yes.
Does this one have a battery then?
No, it charges to a USB.
Okay, so you have that plugged in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have to have it, like, it's just for charging. It actually lasts a really long time between charges, but yeah.
Also, it has an inbuilt battery.
Yeah. So it lasts a long time. A little light attached to it, and it goes up to, I don't know what the measurement is, but 1,000 is the highest number. And it's really easy to use, except for you have to kind of hold your phone or your tablet, and then also you need two hands to be scoping, right? So it's good to have a buddy. Or when I do it at home, because I have one at home too, I just kind of place my phone somewhere where I can see it, and then I can kind of scope. That's a good time to use the video function, because then you can just video it and like get in there and you can go back and look at it.
That's how I do it as video. That's why I was curious if you guys were screenshotting or
Yeah,
how you were
all of those things. Yeah.
I tried one of the similar models, the one that is like stationary, and that couldn't fucking work on anything. I tried all the tricks. I tried using different drivers for Windows 10, and it seems like it's some update that broke it, because
that was one that you had to hook up to your computer.
Yeah. It used to work, actually. I got it working once, and then it just stopped working from there. And everything I could read was just that people gave up because it was some recent Windows 10 update that broke them.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah, I don't really need that kind of super magnification. If I can just, like, the one I use now is labeled as 30 times, but at least I can, it's a clip one I put over my phone. So that's way more convenient than having it up to the eye and swaying back and forth. And
yeah, I wouldn't want it to be hooked up to anything either. Like, it would be difficult to bring all the things like with you down the aisle as you're trying to like scope the ones in the middle, you know?
Yeah, mine has the cord. It sucks. The one I have, it's a pain in the ass.
Oh, someone in here says screen record. That's a good idea. That's a different way to record, but it has the function right on it. You can literally press a button and it's like, boom, recording. It goes right to your phone, like wherever your pictures are stored.
So what's your favorite new strain under your wing?
Let me see. We have some like very good genetics, like 4 out of 14 new strains. I still have 100% of those plants. So that's after germination, after like popping up, after.
No, not the babies, but your big girls.
Oh, my big girls. Oh, now that I've been getting to know them all,
Now that you've been getting to know them, harvest them a little bit. What's your favorite?
So far, my favorite is we have a couple phenos of a mimosa. And so the mimosa number 6 is one of my favorites. She's beautiful. She's purple. She's frosty. She's comes in around 24-25% THC, nice terpene profile. I don't know, I can't remember what the dominant one was. She's very orangey, so it's that nice mimosa taste, but it also has a weird like cheese or like popcorn sort of flavor to it as well. So it's just it's pretty and smells good and tastes good and gets you high. Like it hits all the boxes. So
That's
and
cool.
it's nice too. The mother's very nice. Like it's just a nice, like you can smell on the mother. Like I was like, okay, which mimosa? I was trying to remember which one's the purple one, which one's the green one, and then all I had to do was smell it, and I was like, "Oh, hello!" I knew it.
Gotcha. It's I love the fact you guys are keeping ones that check all the boxes, and that's what your stable consists of. You know, here in Michigan, it's you look at so many, you can tell they're just growing by size, and they're not really keeping any truly check the boxes, and it's kind of disappointing, but that's what it seems like in commercial. You know, you gotta grow the ones that have the size. It doesn't matter if they check everything or not.
Yeah, and that's how like when we were selling to commercial people, like bigger LPs and stuff, they are, they want to know how long does this take to flower. They want the quick ones with the big yields, and it's like, but hey, so you have 2 mimosas, right? Like this mimosa.
Yep.
Hits all the boxes, but it's got a lower yield than the other mimosa. The other mimosa doesn't really smell like mimosa. It's still good. It's a high percentage of THC as well. But it doesn't hit every single box except for the yield box, right? So then more people might be inclined to grab that just because it's the same potency. It's just not as beautiful or smell as good, but yeah, they don't care.
Nope. It's a shame, they got to try and get that 80-90 grams a square foot, and it's just, yeah, that cannabis isn't for me. There isn't, I haven't found ones that really hit that weight that you can get that and hit all the boxes and all the check
Yeah,
marks.
yeah, exactly. But we are going to be, a genetics nursery. So we will have choices for both people. So then the craft consumer or craft micro sort of cultivator, and then also the large factories.
Oh, that's awesome. You guys can sell to all of Canada with the genetics. It's amazing.
Yeah, like that's what we're really going to start. And now actually, since we've all last spoken, New Brunswick, New Brunswick and Ontario have passed what we call Farm Gate, which is adding on to the Legal Cannabis Act. And basically what it means in the simplest form is that we in New Brunswick, as a licensed producer, are now able to sell from our farm. That means we can sell to, I know it's so exciting. I've been wanting this in Alberta for the last 2 years, and I thought Alberta was
You
a
guys
lot.
can sell direct to consumer now, right?
Yeah. So like basically we could have like a drive-through. We're like planning this. We're getting goats, we're getting chickens, like we're gonna give the full farm experience. Like this is gonna be so awesome for tourism stuff. Like I've always, like I'm sure I've talked about it on this show, like how much I've wanted to get into cannabis tourism and how nobody's really doing that because you can't. But now with this farm gate, you basically can, people can come in like it's a winery and experience the cultivation process. We'll have our indoor stuff, and then also on site now we'll do outdoor stuff so that people can have that full experience. So of course you don't want people traipsing through your indoor farm or whatever, but the outside farm where we're going to have animals and fruits and bees and who knows what we're just going to sell everything. But and we have such a huge component that's topicals and all of that business. So like that's really good for that as well. People can come just like they would come to a farm to get eggs or honey. Now you can get cannabis too. And clones. We'll sell clones.
That's awesome.
Genetics.
That's amazing for you guys.
Yeah.
You definitely have made the right move so far.
Yeah, like, and I didn't even know that they were this close to Farmgate. I thought Alberta would have got Farmgate first. So, wow.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Oh, we got a new joiner. We got a few new joiners. I looked down and there was 18. Now it's 27. It's kind of mid-afternoon, probably where most people are. Like maybe where you are, Casey. It's like 4:30.
Yeah, it's quite early.
And then
it's still light out. Yeah, it's only 6 o'clock here on the East Coast, so 2 o'clock on the West Coast. It's mid-afternoon.
Yeah,
we're international. You have to find a time that works for us.
Yeah, sorry guys.
Sorry guys, you can watch the recorded version. We love you all, but we got to find a time that works for us.
Yeah, to try and work out schedules between 3 people. So far, we've done a pretty bang up job, I think.
They're what, 8, 9 hours apart?
Yeah.
Or 6 hours.
It just past midnight here.
Okay, so 6 hours apart.
Burning the midnight oil.
But you're much more awake than when we were having you on at 3, 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For both me and Al.
Much brighter in the voice.
Oh, that was like 2 a.m. or something, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
You were
until 4 a.m.
you were falling asleep by the end of the shows.
So, I can't deny that, especially if I'm properly medicated. Then, yeah, I might get a little deaf. Yeah.
Can you guys hold the conversation for 2 minutes? I'm gonna run downstairs and grab the new seeds. I'm gonna pop here shortly.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry.
I will be back in a minute and a half, 2 minutes.
I would love for Alfie to talk about his grow because I know you got some stuff going on over there.
Oh yes. While I remember it, I just wanted to correct a one thing or two things from the last show. Obviously, when I spoke about autoflowers and I said when I flipped them, I think I said, but what I meant was, of course, when they flipped. So if any grammar Nazi out there, then yeah, of course, that's what I meant when I fumble my words. And another thing, like regarding the red stems on the leaf stem, I judged that mostly under the fat leaf stems from the largest fan leaves because that's the earliest place where you can see it. And it's also really obvious to me whenever I'm hand watering mine. And obviously that goes a little, on off times sometimes, right? And the dry backs also. So usually I'm seeing red stems in my veg when I'm hand feeding them. And then it gets funnier when I put them onto a regular schedule because then usually the stems will start fading somewhere and you can see that either some are fading from red stems to maybe half red, half green stems, maybe near the intake, maybe lower down where there's less light, or maybe where there's a cooler temperature, like down low. That's how I kind of zone in and see what the red stems are telling me. And yeah, I also feel like that people are starting to agree more and more on the drybacks and cocoa that like 25 to 30% seems to be as dry as anyone wants them to get. And in my opinion, like, I mean, I would never go a day without feeding cocoa for sure. That's like every time I put something on auto fertigation, that's when I start to see that the red stems are fading. And I think it's because the dryback line on cocoa is so narrow, like 25 to 30%. that is only like 4 hours or so. So
Mhm. I've noticed red stems in living soil now, working more closely with it, and like so much in veg, it's like a sign that they're hungry, and then as soon as we feed them, the red stems go away.
yeah, sometimes I foliar feed CalMag because I know that is one of the cation imbalances you can have, and like most of the time they can always take a little bit more CalMag because that's one of the major mineral components of the plant. Like it uptakes mostly calcium, and it also mostly uses calcium, and that's also what you can find if you see the tests of the tissue and stuff like that. There's mostly calcium in there. So whenever you have red stems, you can always try to foliar feed some CalMag for them, and maybe you'll discover that you will need to use just a tad bit more.
I agree.
Yeah, and that's how it makes sense to
Purple
me.
stems are bad. Unless it's a purple plant, but even then it's usually a green stem on it when it's healthy.
That's how I confirm what
About purple stem.
that's how I confirm what Russ Brandon is saying, is that usually when I start adding PK at around week 4 flower, that's when I start to see the red stems become more pronounced. So that's just telling me that, yeah, the cation imbalance between calcium and PK, that's usually the culprit. And maybe they also need some time to adjust to the new feeding schedule, but in the end,
And I think it's more phosphorus than potassium on that. Also, it's more phosphorus is more in conjunction with the CalMag or the calcium or magnesium, one of the two.
Yeah, I've had a discussion. I've had a discussion with Great White Bud where he thinks that that phosphorus is usually what they are lacking from veg to the starting weeks of flower, and
that's what really drives the flower production to start, is the phosphorus. But I understand.
It makes it really
biology, very limited biology.
It makes it really hard for me when I have hard water to figure out whether I do have enough phosphorus or not, because phosphoric acid is like, I think it's 40% phosphorus. And should you actually take that phosphoric acid into account when you're calculating your combined NPK? Because some of that phosphorus or phosphoric acid will be bioavailable to the plant. But that really skews my combined NPK whenever I take the pH down into account. Because of course I need more of that when I have hard water. So that's a very significant portion. And it might not be in your case when you have RO, because then we're talking like 0.1 milliliters or something like that.
Well, even with my RO water, I'm still fighting high iron. So it's a pain in my ass. That's just the easiest way to put it. It's a pain in my ass, guys. So I decided 2 days ago what seeds I'm going to start here this month. And I'm kind of excited about them a little bit. So I thought I'd share with everyone. First, I've got Strawberry Frost by Mad Farmer Genetics. I'm going to start. I've had this one for a while, and I'm kind of searching for that strawberry flavor again. Haven't had it quite a few years since the original Strawberry Kush. So I thought I'd start those. I pulled those out. By Thug Pug, I'm popping some old Purple Drank breath. So we'll hope they pop pretty good because those are a few years old. Cross my fingers. Let's see here. From Miss Jill, I've got the Jelly Bean grapes I'm going to pop. So that's kind of pretty exciting. I just did the jelly beans not too long ago, and they were how I remembered her. It was a great plant, great smoke, nice sativa. However, it didn't yield much. So she didn't get kept. I got about 40 some nice seeds of citral glue from Ethos that I can pop that I want to get started on. Then I've got from Straight Fox, I've got Goji Berry Lights, which is 89 Northern Lights number 5, cross to Ronnie Barrett, which was his male he had. So that'll be exciting. And the last one I've got is this Mango Puff F4 that is mango crossed with Joseph OG. So it's going to be an exciting month of popping seeds over here, I think, or 2.
Nice.
Yes, sir. Time to get working on seeds again. I kind of took the summer off popping and just need to get them going again.
For sure.
Summer temperatures were too hard to regulate this year, so vegging sucked and babies sucked, so I took the summer off from doing it and flowered minimally and go from there. It was a really tough summer up here this year for the first time in a while. Just heat wise and humidity wise, haven't seen a year like that in 12 years. So climate change. Hate me all you want, but things are changing.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
So how's your weather been this summer?
Well, it's been great actually. Like global warming is not the worst thing in Denmark, that's for sure. We like the warm summers here.
I can't complain. Our bugs have been the best they've ever been up here this year. They were not bad at all. We didn't have mosquitoes. That part was not bad at all, but I'm fat. I don't like sweating.
I think it's so funny to me that so much of the weather that my American friends are experiencing is only like 1 week apart from me. Like whenever I have a heat wave over here, it's over at yours, like within 3 or 4 days. And the same thing with the fungus gnats. Whenever anyone was battling that the last season, I also had them. Like when US had them, I had them. The caterpillars,
dirty dirt that had root aphids in it. Fucking pissed off right now, fighting them cocksuckers. Excuse my language.
Oh, you have them now?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, sitting there jinxing myself and all that shit, and get a dirty bag. Next thing I know, I got root aphids.
That's also a bug of last season, root aphids. That was a lot of them on the program. Another thing, caterpillars, I also had them this year. And people in the US also had them.
A buddy of mine had beetle stem borers this year on his outdoors.
Oh, really?
Yep. They were weird looking, but they looked like a little caterpillar, but they crawled right down the inside of the chute.
Outdoor?
What? What was your question?
Was that outdoor?
Yes.
Hmm.
They were outdoor. And he planted them directly into the ground, which I told him, don't do that again.
Yeah. Root aphids?
Yes, I have root aphids right now. I'm pissed.
Oh.
Yep. But they're in the process of dying.
You got some beneficials?
Yep. I have some green lacewings and these assassin bugs that are never ever freaking hatching, it seems like.
Oh dear. Do you have them at they're right?
Is that your game plan? That's how you're treating them?
That I'm using potatoes.
Potatoes?
I'm trying. Well, you cut the potato in half and put it on top, and they crawl up, and for some reason it kills them.
Oh. Huh.
And yellow sticky traps. I'm trying the all natural way. Through the applying of jobs I've been doing lately, people have been pointing out my lack of knowledge with beneficials, and holy shit, what do you know? I get bugs, and here we go. So why not try them instead of just killing them?
Victoria.
What's
The
that?
universe is gently providing you with knowledge. Isn't that nice?
It is. It is. So, take the sign as I get it and okay, let's learn.
I mean, that sucks about the past, but that's also how the universe treats me. So I understand.
I know where they came from because I opened up another bag of dirt and they were right in that same bag of dirt from the same lot. So,
Oh no.
yep. Dirty dirt from grocery stores. Nothing you can do about it and you still get it.
Yeah,
Or
I know.
dirty color.
That's how I got gnats before, like badly from.
It's ridiculous. So, hey, my beneficials will be happy. They've got things to feast on. So,
Perfect.
it'll be interesting. I mean, this is the first time I'm trying with beneficials in the natural way without dousing the shit out of them and killing them. So,
Yeah, it takes longer just from my experience, but they do a good
Does it?
job. They
Okay.
are like a freaking army. They're definitely more for like preventing, but now saying that if you just keep applying them, they will take care of it.
Yep, I've got my next order showing up next week. So,
Just keep doing
so
it.
have you used these assassin bugs yet before?
Never.
Okay. Yeah, they told me throw them on my counter, my kitchen counter, and I'll see movement and then sprinkle them out downstairs. And I don't know. I'm still waiting to see movement. It's been 2 weeks. I called Arbico. They said, oh, they should be hatching any day. Still haven't hatched.
Oh, interesting. I would like to hatch my IPM.
Mhm. Yeah, where's that? Let me grab the tub.
Me, myself, I've never used nematodes, but I talked to one of the guys at the GML show, Poops 420, and he said that he's spraying his. He found a hose that is big enough for them to be able to survive, and he tried hosing them through that manual pump sprayer and checked them in a microscope, and yeah, they were still live. They were fine.
Okay.
So
And this is what they sent them in, is a little tub like this. And
Yeah. And do they get very big? Like we can't use anything that's big. Like ours are all tiny little things. You can see Aureus. Have you used Aureus? No, you haven't used them before. But Aureus, you can see they look like hard. They kind of look like the tiniest, cutest little beetles, but they're tiny still. But I don't think we get much.
I got the lace wings because I knew they were big enough that if they got on the buds, I could pick them off.
Yeah, like that's the right thing to do for aphids.
They're an inch long, so when they're
big.
did you guys notice there was one guy in chat, Teeny 101, he said use Beauveria bassiana for the aphids and Stratiolaps skimmitus for fungus gnats. I don't know any of those words, but a quick Google search will probably reveal the mystery.
Let me just see here.
I tried to look it up. Maybe it's just
the first one is a bacteria.
I think the second one's the type of
a natural predator of fungus gnat pupae.
Yeah, they are nematodes, aren't they?
Yeah, they're a nematode. That's it. I couldn't remember what they were, but the first one, I believe, if I remember right, is a.
I don't know that one though. The
Beauveria bassiana, right? I don't have chat in front of me right now. My phone is on the charger, so I apologize.
Yeah, so you're just going off of
I'm going off what you guys are saying in chat. So.
Yeah, no, I don't know that one, but
Beauveria bassiana, if I remember right, is a actual bacteria. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it is a bacteria. I can't use bacteria in the state of Michigan if I want to pass test it.
Yeah, the other one was called Hypoaspis miles. You know that one?
Those are little nematodes, I believe. If I remember.
Okay.
There's so many different types of nematodes, but yeah,
gosh, isn't it like 1,000 or something like that? I believe it's like 1,000 different nematodes. I was doing research on them, just trying to look at stuff and I was like,
You have to find the right ones for the pests that you're trying to control. So fungus gnats, our living soil comes with the I'm not even gonna try and say it, but the SS nematode.
The SS nematode.
So it might be that word, it might be a different word. You have to get,
oops.
oh, Pat's saying it's a predatory mite, not a nematode, so my bad. I'm gonna have to look that up.
And now people are realizing why I don't record upstairs when someone hits the rumble strips on the highway out front, Plankton barks at them.
Plankton.
Yep. All right, Plankton. Yeah. So what else is new and exciting for everyone?
Oh, I'm looking up this Strapsioschimotis. Hold please. It is a mite, though. Google has confirmed it, everyone.
Oh, that's funny. Her dog barks, my dog barks. My dogs are both staring at the window trying to figure out where her dog was barking from. I need you to get a dog, Elkie.
Oh yeah, I would love a dog. Yeah, Cheddar Bob has a commandeer. He says that's a predatory mite, not a nematode.
As I said, I'm new to the whole beneficial insects. I apologize for not knowing the correct answers. I'm learning. I'm learning. Thank you, everyone, for all your help, and I can't wait to let everyone know how it's working next month.
Yeah,
Excuse me.
potassium silicate also helps. That's for sure. There's something I noticed about the difference between monosilicic acid and potassium silicate. All the potassium silicate products I have, they all crystallize or polymerize from the moment you open the bottle. But the monosilicic acid, even if you've uncapped that bottle 1,000 times, it still stays liquid.
I wonder if there's just more RO water in the others than the one, or
Yeah, that's also what I'm thinking.
More dehydrating off, or if it's less soluble inside of there, so it's dropping out of solution easier.
Yes, exactly. Like most of the people, the companies I've talked to say that they don't trust people who claim high silica percentages. And that's probably something to do with it, that it polymerizes and yeah.
Well, silica in itself is very difficult to make soluble for the plant to uptake it. So
yeah, like it's best soluble around,
I remember right? Yeah.
12 pH or something is the optimal, but the rate drops fast, like down at plant pH like 7.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been trying to use both at the same time, and that's giving me really great results.
Oh, your garden's looking phenomenal online.
Yeah, that's the one I did the first run of this one. I've run it 2 more times, and doing it for the third time now. No, fourth time, maybe fourth time. Yeah, but I can already say that I experienced the same thing you did, like when you were talking about big yielders. I had one pheno in there that was a particular big yielder. That was the really stretchy one in the back. And I was just surprised afterwards that it was half as potent as the small cookie nuts.
And
the
pheno
pheno
taste good, doesn't have the nose ever.
Nope. Well, it sort of had a nose, but it was different.
Yep.
That one, it smelled like gunpowder terps, like straight cannon deck. Like if you imagine a pirate ship and the cannon deck, where it smells like not like sulfury, like, but more like,
Oh, I know exactly. I shoot black powder, so I know exactly what you're talking about.
yeah, and it was a
I'm just trying
pleasant
to picture
smell.
that terpene and trying to figure out what that terpene would be.
Yeah, I don't know either, but it was weird. I could just take myself and constantly looking for the other nugs because I threw them all in the same jug, and it was just, yeah. These are just double as dense and double as potent and tasted way better in the vape. So I ended up cloning that and discarding the most yielding one.
I've thrown so many genetics out in the last year that people would consider winners, and it just didn't check the boxes for me. I've been getting yelled at for it that I've thrown too many out, but it is what it is. I'm looking for those rare unicorns, and that's what I want to have. Ones no one else has that are rare unicorns. So we'll see.
Yeah, something that's hardy and vigorous.
Already vigorous and checks all them boxes
Yeah.
for sure.
I had a little neighbor child come by and bring me one of my packages. I get many Amazon packages throughout the week, and we share an address, although I'm in the quiet little cozy farmhouse down the hill. The kids are trained to read the packages, who they're for. It's a practice of reading as well. And then they rush it over, which is physical education. So that's what that was about.
Awesome. And
Now
your dinner's done.
I just need to check it real quick. I'll be muted, but I can hear you guys. You're doing great.
Yeah, we're going down the rabbit hole a little bit. So do you have any plans on growing anything new, bud? Any new seeds that you want to pop here coming up?
Me, I want to pop, I just take them in the order I bought them usually, but I'm going to pop the Osido X F1 Derb X Gushers, because that's a free pack, so that will quickly be over with. And I don't know what I'm going to pop next. That would probably be, I haven't decided yet.
Shoot these citral glues. I've got a bunch of them. I got to have at least 30, 35 of them.
What breeder is the citral glue again?
That's Ethos.
All right.
Sequence from the Michigan Bros Grow Show has a great cut of citral glue that he loves.
Yeah, he's a great one, that fella.
Those guys are good shit. Good shit. One day they'll make it up my way up to the UP, but one day. I'm 8 hours away from most of them, so. And yes, I finally got my elements, as you saw this, so I rolled myself a joint right away. Yep. Instead of smoking out of the pipe, gotta have a joint with my friends for our once a month meeting.
Back.
And she's back. Miss Canada.
Miss Canada.
Miss the many time zones. And a new time zone for every show.
Damn near.
Yeah. Where are you gonna wow. Oh yes, I was gonna look at the chat actually.
So did you
We were
catch everything?
discussing
that was
bugs.
popping?
I caught the last one, Mango Puff. That actually is exciting, and that's
Citral glue, strawberry frost, jelly bean grape, goji berry lights, and purple drank breath.
ooh. Is the Mango Puff? Where's that from? Oh, limited release. Mm.
Mango
Um,
Puff F4.
F4, nice.
Yeah.
Stable AF.
Yep. That'll be exciting. I'll find a keeper in there, hopefully.
Yeah, or 4 identical keepers.
Or 4 identical keepers or 4 keepers. And there
Yeah.
is actually, it feels like it says there's 11 seeds in here, but there's 2 different vials in here. So yeah, screw it. I'm popping them anyways. Time to open them, right?
Get them.
There's what the F and F? There's 4 vials of seeds in here.
Holy.
Holy.
And you're only supposed to get 10?
I gotta figure this one out. There's 40 seeds in here.
That's awesome.
There's only supposed to be 11. Interesting.
uh, you'll have to figure. You'll have to put a pin in that.
Yeah. Weird. Mango crossed with Joseph OG. Oh, that's gonna be fun. Oh well, here we go.
I've heard of Joseph OG as well, but I can't think of what it is.
Mango's from BC. That's one of BC Bud Depot's famous ones.
Mango Puff?
It's mango. Mango Puff is what they're calling it now.
Oh.
So it's mango crossed to Joseph OG, and they're calling it Mango Puff of F4. So obviously they've back crossed it 3 times, and that's how they come up with the F4. And for some reason, I have 4 fucking packs in there.
Made a fun extra prize mistake.
Fun. I love popping seeds, that's for sure.
Maybe they knew it was for you.
Yeah. If only. If only. I've got so many damn seeds downstairs. I'd probably have close to 2,000 packs at least.
That's great. That's awesome. I don't have that
At
many,
least
but I'm
2,000
still
packs.
when I could possibly start again. Oh, the chat's still talking about IPM. I love it. Lots of stuff for fungus gnats.
Awesome.
Proper watering practice. Absolutely. Too wet, too many fungus gnats. There's always going to be some fungus gnats in living soil. Yes. But 1 or 2 is fine.
Acceptable when you brush the soil and the cloud flies up. That's not acceptable.
And get those traps out and it takes care of those. And then also another thing that I've been using, or not at work, but at home, I use whatchamacallit, insect poop. So just regular, like, what do they call it?
Insect frass or whatever they call it.
Frass, yes. Freaking frass. Frass, like, is a natural IPM, or neem meal. If you put that into your soil, it's a natural IPM, and that will also.
Interesting.
Meal that I use from my brother from another mother in Ontario. Prime Craft Organics sells it. It's the bee's knees.
Sounds exciting.
Yeah.
Kill these little fuckers. I don't like having bugs.
No, especially when they're
funny. You and I were having the conversation, and here we go. We had this conversation 3 weeks ago about it, and one of the jobs I applied to had mentioned my lack of knowledge with beneficials, and
now you get some practice.
I got them. Yep. Betcha. Hey, why not? That's why I love this plant. Keep learning something new every day.
Yeah. Oh, we got someone in chat. Oh, there was a question in the back about I forget who was talking, but let me go back to it. I forgot. Because I scope trichomes daily, notice any notable changes over time, like did the stalks come up first and the heads start forming, color changing, etc. Not I haven't paid attention enough to the same plants, the same buds to notice any sort of like what the stalks are doing. Myself and my colleagues had chatted about, wouldn't it be cool to have a microscope on that same plant for like a 24-hour period? Or, you know how they do the time lapses where you can watch your grow like really quickly, but for trichomes, right? Just so you can see actually how they develop. So no, I don't know that information for sure, but you definitely notice that like they multiply, like there's more of them over time, and they do get bigger definitely over time. The colors do change. So as the plant changes color, if you're flushing it out, the trichomes, especially when there's like purples and pinks, the trichomes become more vibrant and brighter. And then also, of course, like the clear to cloudy to amber, right? So you start noticing, you get like you kind of get a better practiced eye at seeing that transition and knowing how quickly it can happen at the end from cloudy to amber. So it's like knowing when to take those plants. It's basically just trial and error and like over time practice.
I like it when you find the ones where it's like half amber, half cloudy in the middle of changing.
Yeah,
Those
like
are
we
cool.
that were like honey color, like they're just about
I'm
to
sure
start
you've
turning.
seen doubles
That's
and all kinds of weird
cool.
ones, right? You've seen doubles and all those weird ones and weird
The
shaped
double,
ones.
yeah, like there's some like when the plants are being, you can tell when someone's touched it. You can see like the smeared trichome, so it almost looks like hairs, but really it's like
Just stretched
it's
out and sticky
it's
got pulled away.
stretched out, like sticky and stretched out. Or you see the ones that are standing straight up versus the ones that have like really big heads, and then there's the ones that just look like hair.
With hardly any head on them.
Yeah, like just like in between the big headed ones will be all these like ones that just look like spikes or hair. There are just so many different kinds. Makes me want to learn more about part of it.
I find it weird that just the trichome or just the bulbous part of the trichome itself seems like that's what changes. The actual stalk doesn't change. It doesn't seem like, and at least not that I've noticed. They're very interesting.
Yeah.
Some of nature's wonders.
Yeah, and most people choose ripeness based on, the main percentage of trichomes being cloudy. I mean, that I think across the board, most people will agree. I know everyone has kind of like different ripeness for different, I guess, strains or cultivars. You can sort of manipulate things, but I think the most important thing about picking them at the proper time, I guess, would be getting the maximum potential from potency or just chemistry or terpene profile and that kind of thing. If you take them too early, your potency is greatly affected. So I learned that
and choosing them right afterwards.
Yeah, because they would take samples at 7 weeks, at 8 weeks, at 9 weeks, and like know for sure, like, it is actually increasing. And so if you take it 2 weeks early, you're sacrificing. Sometimes here in Canada, it's like getting 22% THC versus 18. Like that's a deal breaker. Anything, even 19, anything under 20 is like, no, it's a no. It's like completely driven by
our
20.
dispensary, you'd be amazed at our dispensaries how disgusting it is. I mean, there's dispensaries that have shit that's 12. It's hey. I don't want to smoke that hay.
Hey, hey. Yep. Lots of hay out there, that's for sure.
Lots of hay out there. It's sad. It's sad. Someday people learn how to pop the right genetics and keep the right genetics, and you'll make your money. You don't need to push that commercial crap on everyone. Make it
Commercial.
commercial, but make it good commercial crap.
I know you can. There, you sure can.
You can very easily. And yeah, I get it. 60 to 90 grams a square foot is a big variance in plants, but come on, guys.
There was
Yeah.
one guy here that asked, what do you think of Mac 1 and Mac 2? Have you guys tried it?
Now, by Mac 2, is he meaning V2, the second version of it?
Yeah, probably.
Probably. Mac 1, of course, is I have a Mac Stomper that's going to be a forever keeper, probably. So, Mac is true. Mac 1 is phenomenal. Slowest vegger on earth, but she's phenomenal. The second version of it, yeah, no, it ain't the same. At least anything I've seen from people popping seeds of it, it ain't the same.
He also says that he heard it gives a short-lasting high. What do you think about that?
I smoke too much weed. I can't comment on that. There ain't much part of the day when I ain't smoking, so no clue. I for my potency and well for potency tests and whatnot, besides the testing, I give it to other people, let them tell me how good it is. If it gets me high, it's good. So it gets me high.
I've worked with a couple Macs, but nothing that I've tried like personally. Just cultivated it. But in the legal industry out here, you don't get to try everything you grow. So
That's you guys can't do samples,
no,
testing samples for R&D.
no,
That sucks.
not they haven't figured it out yet. None of the places I've been at have been able to figure it out. And if they do, I'm not in the trust circle. So I should be.
This would be the place where you'd know.
Yeah, I think so. So yeah, so if like we do a lot of R&D, right? I can like you got to learn it from the other side, I guess. Like the way I'm choosing things, and it's not
That's
always.
tough.
It is. It's super tough.
You're taking that taste out of it, so it's
Yeah, like I get my notes,
that's a big one.
but like yeah, exactly. It's difficult. So it's hard to say. I don't know. There's Mac on the market out here, but I don't think it's real Mac because it's done by these factory places out here. So it's like there's no way they have real Mac. Even some
yeah.
like it's I don't know.
They stood in line where they ordered it from Cap and got 100 packs of it or some bullshit like that.
Yeah, like that's what we have. Calculator seeds we just popped at work. I can't say the strain, but it's gonna be amazing.
Cross your fingers.
I know we already discussed this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like
I ran 6 packs and I have 2 keepers, and that's not being selective. I'll just say that.
Mm-hmm.
It was the other 4 packs and the other samples in those packs were very poor, and it was weak genetics.
Someone else mentioned in the chat earlier too, and I forgot about it till just now was about Capillator and him having an infestation. Is that correct?
Yes, he called it a fungus gnat infestation. That's where I saw
Oh.
potatoes, and it reminded me about the potatoes to try that. I follow him on Instagram. I follow all those people. Just
I was
if I
following him.
if I like them or not, I still follow them because they're influential breeders in the industry.
I know. I mean, I know I should follow him and stuff, and I was like, his energy was negative,
Oh, he's
and
such a negative ass.
so I had to unfollow him. Like, that's not how I do my Instagram. I'm very engaged, and like, if you have bad energy, it doesn't matter who you are, I'm unfollowing you.
I don't blame you.
What?
I've been trying to surround myself with positive also lately, and Heather saged me the other day to get away
Yeah,
with
good.
that energy. So
Good.
I'm trying everything. I'll land
Good.
somewhere it's meant to be.
So next full moon, you have to put out some moon manifestations, or actually the new moon is a good time to put out new moon manifestations. So you can just write down 3 things that you want to accomplish in the rest of this year, which is like barely any time left, and next
This
year.
is the next full moon. As soon as these bugs are under control in the next full moon, those are getting started. I'm not starting them until they're under control. They're more under control than where they are right now.
No way. Yeah, don't start anything till you get rid of your pests. I learned that the hard way.
Yeah, no, I don't need to ruin the babies.
Yeah, because the pests go right over to the babies because they're so vulnerable and sweet smelling, I'm sure.
Oh, they've got all that baby sap in them, so they taste like a baby cow does, nice and tender and good. Sorry.
I had thought all my thrips were gone, and then I popped a bunch of seeds. I popped all those seeds, like 30 seeds, and then boom, it went down to like.
Friends of mine at a commercial facility right
Wow.
now fighting thrips, and I wish them the best luck.
Thrips.
Mhm.
We used to
Little
wear
bastards.
battle the thrips at work. Swirsky mites are like the bomb.com.
Nice.
They take care of thrips and spider mites, soft-bodied insects, and they're fast too. You can see them with the naked eye, so it's pretty cool to watch them speed around.
I wanted to see the lacewings attack the gnats out of midair. I wanted
That'd
to
be
see
so
acrobats and shit chasing around.
microscope that stuff. The battle of the bugs.
Mm-hmm. No, it'd make my skin crawl. I couldn't do that. It's just I don't like having bugs. I don't like having to bring in bugs to kill bugs or anything like that. I just prefer kill all bugs, but
I know I've had to get used to it.
I gotta learn.
Pesticides out here.
I gotta learn, add it to my repertoire.
Yeah, that's all you can do. Just keep adding.
Yeah, exactly. I love learning. So there's nothing wrong with it. Hey, it's something to learn.
Mm-hmm.
Will I use it again? You never know. But at least I learn how to do it right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, or learn it sort of right.
You'll have to keep us posted about those eggs.
Oh, I will be. Yeah, they're pissing me off because if nothing hatches by Friday, I'm calling them again.
Yeah.
They said I should be able to see movement in the jar, and there ain't no movement.
Neat.
Mm-hmm. Woohoo. Woohoo. The dogs are looking at me like I'm crazy. It's funny. They keep running to try and figure out who I'm talking to.
There. Oh, did he fall asleep? It's early.
He's got us muted. He's probably in the bathroom or something.
Having a dance party, I bet.
It is about that time of night over there. At least we figured out he does not put tobacco in his cigarettes or in his joints. He's not one of
Yeah.
those Europeans.
No, I would never
Right,
put
okay.
tobacco in any joint. I hate that. It destroys every taste. Every taste. There's
Why do Europeans do that? Because they got shitty weed for a while, or
well, I think mostly the reason is they want to stretch it.
which one?
Oh,
The weed or the tobacco?
Yeah,
The weed.
they want to stretch it with tobacco.
Okay.
That's what I think is the main reason. Want it to
Okay.
last longer, so they're consuming more tar.
So when they have a full joint, that would be like probably like, whoa,
Mm.
full weed.
Oh yeah, someone used to tell me like, oh, so you're smoking like all green? Uh-huh. Oh, no, that's wild. That's way too much.
Ooh, wow.
Well, I've had people complain, patients in the past that aren't patients anymore, complain that mine was too strong. Do you have anything that isn't so strong? Yeah, I throw it out. What's the
I
point
would
of growing
guess
it if it isn't strong? What's that?
Worcester. I always have different levels of potency and CBD.
I mean, yeah, I had CBD, but it's potency and flower, and my weakest flower they were saying was too strong. And yes, I do have different levels like that, but I have one that's probably like 18%, 17%, high in myrcene, and that was too strong for me. It's like I can't help you. I'm not growing hemp. Like I'm on a plant limit for a reason. I can't grow hemp. Sorry.
I seen you got some new alchemistin.
What are you saying?
I thought I saw you got new seeds in the mail.
Yeah, I did. It's been a while now.
What'd you
But,
get? Have you already popped them?
No. I don't have room for so many seeds at a time. I'll have to make a game plan like that. Otherwise, I'll be, in more work than is good.
I'm using all Heather's cards that she has right now for this seed pop, so that's how I'm doing it.
How are you doing your selection when you're doing regular seeds? How do you do that?
A lot of times re-veg.
Most of the time?
In an occasion like this where I'm popping this many seeds, yeah, I'll get them sexed right away and discard the males. I'll have them sexed 2 weeks after they're grown. I use Farman.
Also? Oh
Yeah, I
yeah.
send them in.
It's so fun.
It's Farmer Freeman XY, I believe that I use. Is the site I use?
Oh, so you pay to get them sexed?
Yep. I'm paying to get them sexed, send them off. I have to send a clip this long.
Like
2 centimeters.
Like does it need to have a meristem on there, a shoot on there, or can you send just a leaf?
You can send
2 centimeters a leaf.
That little baby.
2 centimeters a leaf they ask for.
Huh. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's the lady that I did.
I even put it in the correct formation or correct what do you call it for you? The correct measurement. There we go.
Oh yes.
Come on, no one noticed the American said centimeters.
No, because it's just so normal to me that
Normal for you guys, I know.
Why would you not?
When I first did it, I had to look up how big 2 centimeters was in inches.
At my place, she said they just need a hole punch size, so you can use like the
Really?
little collie done collie done.
Cotyledon, yeah, the COTELYDON, however the hell you pronounce that.
The baby leaf. But yeah, this is my first time gender testing, so I got them in a little bit
It's
late.
awesome.
I'm excited to like start hunting males. I told the guys at work, hey guys, at the end of the day, we'll spend the last half hour hunting out the males.
Okay, let's see. Yep, your number matches.
Yeah, exactly.
Get out.
Find them? You find them? Yeah.
Joint number 2.
Excellent.
The strawberry sour berry from Thunder Fudge. I'm not a fan of it. It's not very potent. And this is a terrible joint.
I have some new
Oh, well.
weeds.
I didn't have enough of my grinder. My tip is bigger than my the rest of my joint. What are you gonna do? So it's gonna be an exciting month popping new seeds.
That is exciting.
I like popping seeds, and I'm happy the weather has changed where I finally can again.
Yep. I'm excited again at home one day. And I won't have thrips because it'll just be starting from scratch. So
That'll be exciting.
I haven't actually seen any thrips out here.
On the whole East Coast.
Yeah,
Wow.
I'm sure they're around. Just like where I was, you'd see them on plants. They're just like, they're there.
They're there, just not as present.
Yeah.
Interesting. I'm wondering with the humidity if you guys end up having more white flies and stuff like that.
Yeah, like I've noticed,
That'll be interesting to see.
like there's way more spider mites out here.
Yeah, yeah.
Like outdoors, like gotta be careful.
Tomato plants and all that stuff. And
Yeah,
Yep.
like even bushes I'll see like wrapped in like spider webs. So maybe it's not right, I don't know, but it sure looks like it. And I've just seen them on plants.
yucky.
Yeah,
bugs.
so before I start growing all like at home again, I'm gonna Google like the pests in the area so that I'm aware and get
What
my
to
bio.
look for and get your predatory going right off the bat.
You bet. I don't need to learn things 2 times.
Nope. And it's usually I'm very adept and keep my eye out for stuff, but oops,
Yeah. Things.
shit
that happens.
happens. Sometimes they get past you, and it's how you respond to them and take care of them.
Yep.
At least they ain't mites where it's going to destroy the flower.
Yep.
This could be a lot less flour.
Bugs.
Yep.
Good.
Kill them all.
Cheers to no bugs. Everyone, I wish no bugs for everyone.
Yes. And if you have them, call Matthew Gates.
Yeah,
He's
bugs.
yeah.
He came through for me recently, like right away. Like, I need to know if this is poisonous, please. And he knew right away.
Nice.
What's right? Yep, boom.
Nice. That is awesome.
Yeah. But I mean, him and I are friends. So I hope he will continue to be friends and answer my bug questions.
Yep.
No.
Well, it's the circle we build around us. So
No, he's the best at it. The best I've ever seen.
he's amazing with it. And yes. That is sure. That is for sure.
Ooh, somebody in the chat says they were talking about the spliffs, saying in the UK they said it didn't burn properly without tobacco. For plants,
F
it,
file.
yeah, interesting.
We were talking about that with the moisture and the grind beforehand. And having the right grind and not having it filled right. Doesn't burn right either. Just the day, I guess.
Oh, well, I'm thinking that we should do some winding down and some acknowledgements of whomever you so please. Shout out.
Yep. Oh, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Buddy of mine, Tri-State Glass on Instagram, is doing a giveaway of an awesome piece. To enter into that, all you have to do is like him, like me, tag someone, that fun stuff, and you're entered. Again, it's Tri-State Glass on Instagram. He's friends with me. It's a pretty dang cool piece that he's giving away. So, and that's all out of his pocket. So check him out. Thanks to Luminar Lighting, as always, for my lights down in the basement. And thank you to my two awesome co-hosts who this show wouldn't be capable without both of you. So thank you, everyone.
Very nice. Alfie Miston, I'm gonna go next. Or no, look, his mute's off. Okay, you go, Alfie.
Yeah, sure. Well, thanks, Casey. Thanks to you guys too, and the OG host from Cheap Home Grow and Plague Run, my sponsor, the Purple Bottles, and yeah, that's about it. I think Spartan Grown and Michigan Grow Show and GML Show and every other show out there, Future Cannabis Project, all of them. Chat Westport, chat, yeah, everyone in chat. That's it for me.
Awesome. And I would like to ditto all of those. There's just so many people that I don't know that I just think are collaboratively that I would like to thank, but I'll just stick to appreciating you two, of course, and the chat. Thanks for coming out even in an afternoon slot time. For probably most people, midnight slot time for Alki. So I think we're maybe catching a few people in the evening, but I hope everyone enjoys their evening. You can find me over on Instagram at Miss Nudie Grows. Otherwise, I will catch you on the Cheap Home Grow YouTube next month with these guys and maybe a guest, eh? This month just got away, you know? But yes. I love y'all. Grower
Let's bring
love.
your coworker on next month.
Yeah, Katrina. I'll talk to her. Okay.
I can give her a hard time about my bath bombs that haven't shown up yet.
No, I gave her my sticker. She's like the busiest lady in town, but they're gonna come to you, I swear to God.
I know, I'm just teasing.
There's my stickers to stick in there when she does too. So you'll get both at the same time. All right, guys. Enjoy your evening. It's been a blast hanging with you. And until